Back in St. Louis, let's go downstairs. Jenny Dell standing by with Rams head coach Jeff Fisher.
Hey, Coach, it's your 20th game against Peyton Manning. That's more than any other coach in the NFL. What's your approach against him?
Well, we got the ball, and we got to keep it. That's what you have to do. I've said this all week. If we can run the football and get their punter on the field and accept the fact that field goals are wins for you, you got a chance.
You made the decision to start Shaun Hill. What does he bring to this offense?
Well, he's got the experience. He's going to get rid of it, understands. He'll put us in good situations, but most importantly, he's going to get rid of the football.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Ian, back to you.
All right, Jenny, thanks very much. Denver will kick it off to St. Louis to get things started. The Rams at 3-6. Broncos interaction at 7-2. 10 straight seasons with a non-winning record for this Rams organization. Benny Cunningham will be the return man. He's fourth in the NFL, averaging just over 30 yards per return. McManus on the kickoff. We're underway from the Edward Jones Dome. Cunningham will take it out 5 yards deep in the end zone. Cunningham, shake and bake move, and he's brought down at the 20 by David Bruton. That's where the Rams will open up with Shaun Hill, the veteran who's bounced around this league, getting an opportunity after getting injured in the season opener. That opened the door for Austin Davis to take over the starting job.
He told us yesterday he's well aware they can't get into a shootout with Peyton Manning. He knows he must play well from the outset of the game and avoid the turnovers that have plagued his predecessor, Austin Davis.
It was a thigh injury against Minnesota. Davis then stepped in, held on to the job, and went 3-5 as the starter. On first down from the 20 for St. Louis. Hill will throw on first down. Connects with Tavon Austin. And a modest gain. Forward progress, 6 yards to lead with a tackle. Starting offense for St. Louis, Greg Robinson, the rookie. Big challenge taking on the future Hall of Famer DeMarcus Ware. Backs and receivers, Jared Cook, the leading receiver for St. Louis. 31 catches, 427 yards this season for the tight end. Parkey lines up in the backfield in front of Mason. And Mason gets the call. Trey Mason short of the first down. Picks up a yard and a half on the play. Defensively, for Denver, they come in ranked number 5 in the NFL. Sylvester Williams from Jefferson City, Missouri. Linebacker Steven Johnson in for Nate Irving. Irving placed on IR. He's done for the season, partially torn MCL. And TJ Ward, he's helped bring an edge to this defense. One of the big free agent signings that Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator, has been able to utilize in this improved defensive unit. 1 out of 10 on third downs last week in the loss to Arizona. This is a 3rd and 3. Hill fires deep ball. It's caught. Kenny Britt. Big gain into Denver territory. It covers 33 yards, and Hill with a hookup.
He just flew by Aqib Talib right here. And if this ball is on target, it's a touchdown. Thrown behind Britt just a bit. He loses his balance, or this is a wonderful way to start for St. Louis. They would have 6, but as it is, all the way to the Bronco 40. He just blew by Talib. Talib either blew the coverage or was surprised by Britt's speed.
Double tight end set on a 1st and 10 from the 40 of Denver. Rams are on the move. First possession of the day. Running play. Mason trying to knock it inside and picks up 2. Sylvester Williams, first man there for Denver. Mason, former star at Auburn. You saw him quite a bit here on CBS last year as part of that Tigers squad on Saturday afternoons on CBS. Jeff Fisher had high praise for Mason. It feels as if he's improved as a pass protector. Very strong, great lateral quickness. They've been searching for that number 1 back. We've seen Cunningham there. We've seen Zach Stacy. 2nd and 8 now for the Rams. 12:20 to play in this opening quarter. Hill from the gun. Incomplete. Trying to hit Jared Cook, and it sets up 3rd and long for the Rams.
Well, this is a good start for Shaun Hill. He's been right on target for 2 of his 3. This one just again behind Jared Cook, and really this is probably a symptom of not having played all that much as of late for Shaun Hill. Should have had a touchdown to Kenny Britt. Jared Cook has got to make that catch to pick up a first down for the Rams.
John Fox's defense trying to get off the field here on a 3rd and 8 now for St. Louis. Quentin Carter in as the nickel. motion man is Cook. Movement. Hill. Does he have a free play? He does not. It's whistle dead. Flag thrown. We'll hear from Tony Corrente, first time today.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 97. Stepped in the neutral zone, causing an offensive player to break his stance. 5-yard penalty remains. Third down.
It is Malik Jackson, one of the defensive linemen, rotated in and out for this Denver D, and now sets up third and manageable for St. Louis inside the Denver 35. Sean Hill is in his 13th year in the league. He's played with Minnesota, San Francisco, Detroit, undrafted free agent back in 2002 out of Maryland. On 3rd and 3, Hill fires into a tight space and very close for Jared Cook. It all depends on the spot. Needed to get to the 30-yard line, and it is enough. First down, Rams.
Well, the pass protection's been really good for Sean Hill so far. Neither Von Miller or DeMarcus Ware have gotten anywhere close to the quarterback, and you can see the good rhythm that with which he's getting rid of the ball, setting his back foot and then firing. I think the Rams got a favorable mark right there.
Snap it quickly, stutter step move. It's Mason. Trey Mason just short of the 20-yard line. Good block from Corey Harkey. It's about a 9.5-yard gain unless they give him the favorable spot.
Watch the pull here by David Joseph. He's going to lead up into the hole, kick out, and Mason quick to the hole. Got a lot of power, 5'8", 207. This is his third start in the NFL.
And he does get the first down. 8th play of the drive. Impressive start here for St. Louis. Once again, the stutter step from Mason, and he takes it to the 16. It's a gain of 4. Brandon Marshall, who's been a tackling machine for this Denver defense, makes the stop. Marshall stepped in for the injured Danny Trevathan. It's going to be interesting when Trevathan comes back to see how they sort out the positions at the linebacker spot, because Marshall's got to stay on the field.
Well, Trevathan will go to the middle linebacker. And talking to John Fox yesterday, he said that'd be a perfect spot for him. Can't afford to take Marshall out. Broncos leading tackler.
St. Louis has actually been impressive on opening drives this season. They haven't been able to sustain it though. Struggling in the second half of games. Tavon Austin getting the carry. That's 19 rushes now for Austin on the season for 84 yards. Von Miller in on that stop. 3rd and 4 for St. Louis.
Yeah, he's averaging just under 5 yards a carry. But amazing to me that he has yet to reach the end zone this season. No touchdown catches, no rushing touchdowns, and no return touchdowns.
Austin Davis, too many turnovers. That's the reason why he's not the starting quarterback right now for St. Louis. Looking for the experience of Hill to calm things down on offense. 3rd and 4 for the Rams. Opening drive. From the gun. Hill in trouble. Trip. And he's down at the 20. Von Miller down low to get him. He's in double digits now in sacks. That's number 10 for Miller.
Yeah, working against Joe Barksdale, the 4-year veteran out of LSU. And they know each other well, played against each other in college, and that's just really great determination. But Barksdale really giving up a lot of ground there. Too much ground as Miller could go back to the inside to find the quarterback.
It is Greg Zuerlein on for a 37-yard attempt. Just 13 attempts this season for Zuerlein. Zuerlein knocks it through. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead over Denver. 9:14 to play, first quarter. Back to the Edward Jones Dome after this. 11 plays, 61-yard drive to open up for St. Louis. It ends in a Zuerlein 37-yard field goal. Hill looked comfortable. 3 of 4, 41 yards. A little bit offline on a couple of the passes. The one to Britt could have been a touchdown, but they produced points to open things up. Zuerlein kicks it off. Andre Caldwell, the return man for Denver, zigzags and hit at the 15-yard line. Rams get down the field in a hurry, and Peyton Manning leads the number 3 offense in the NFL. Penalty marker came down, or did it? No indication from Corrente, and it looks like we'll step aside. Back after this.
The NFL NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Domino's. Visit domino's.com. And by the all-new 2015 Acura TLX. It's that kind of thrill.
Broncos have the football for the first time today. Peyton Manning leading the NFL with 29 touchdown passes. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead. C.J. Anderson getting the start at running back. Motion man is Thomas. Julius. Take the handoff. Manning steps up, throws, and nobody home. Some pressure on Manning. Robert Quinn put the heat, and a penalty marker thrown at the 5.
Going to be holding against Ryan Clady.
Holding, offense number 78. This penalty be assessed half the distance to the goal. Repeat, first down.
Trying to match up with Robert Quinn, the dangerous pass rusher.
Well, Clady's playing with a sore groin. You can see the way that Quinn goes low, and Clady has to just hook him around the neck. But how about the hit on Manning, forcing that bad throw?
St. Louis opens up in the nickel with E.J. Gaines, Tremaine Johnson, McLeod, McDonald, and Jenkins. 1st and 17 after the hold. Manning to throw it on first down. High throw is handled by Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders continues to thrive in this Denver offense. That's a 22-yard pass play.
Well, he found the single coverage on the outside. Janoris Jenkins against Sanders. The timing perfect. Sanders goes up high to bring this one in, and the Broncos are out of trouble. Out to the 30.
Denver moving quickly as they normally do. It's a high pass. Thomas can't handle it. Julius Thomas, the tight end. It's incomplete. Starting offense for Denver. The changes on the offensive line. It worked last week with Will Montgomery, the 9-year veteran who signed a 1-year, $1.2 million deal starting at center. And C.J. Anderson getting the start. Ronnie Hillman is out with a left foot injury. We'll also see St. Louis native Monte Ball in there as part of the Adam Gase offense, now in his 6th year for the Denver Broncos, the 2nd year calling the plays. On 2nd and 10 for Denver, quick hitter. He works Welker in. Welker fighting for extra yardage and is knocked towards the sideline. It's a gain of 8, hit by Laurinaitis of the Rams.
Really well executed. He got 2 blockers out in front when Welker catches this ball. Marius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders doing a good job of giving Welker those 8 yards.
So a 3rd and 2. Empty backfield for Denver. They spread it. Manning operating out of the gun. Manning to Thomas, drilled. Will not get the first down. T.J. McDonald is playing at a very high level for this St. Louis D.
This is as good a play as you'll find out of a strong safety. Ring against Julius Thomas. Ball to Thomas is just a touch behind him, and that makes him turn around to make the catch. He loses all momentum, could not dip his shoulder, and McDonald there to hold him short of the first.
So the St. Louis defense passes its first test. It will be Tavon Austin returning this Britton Colquitt punt on a 4th and 1. Colquitt averaging 45.2 yards per kick. Austin didn't call for the fair catch, fakes out one man, but didn't have the room to work with. He's buried after picking up 3 yards on the return, a 41-yard punt. Webster, the tackle on special teams. Hill working with a 3-0 lead. Thursday Night Football now lives on NFL Network. Jamal Charles and the Red Hot Chiefs on a roll. They face rookie Derek Carr and the Raiders. Thursday Night Football, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on NFL Network. 3-0 lead for St. Louis. Broncos got off to a slow start last week against Oakland. Eventually won the game 41-17.
And they never recovered from their slow start against New England.
Hill on a give. Mason, nice cut, and the spin move by Mason explodes to the sideline. The whiff by Quentin Carter, and Mason turns it into a 15-yard gain for St. Louis.
Yeah, at 5'8", he's going to go low here. Carter goes high, just bounces off, has the speed to get to the corner. That's a heck of a run by Trey Mason.
SEC Player of the Year last season at Auburn. BCS title game, had 195 yards rushing. There's 7 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Give it to Mason again, and they work the gut for a 3.5-yard gain. NFL Today update. JB, Tony Gonzalez in New York.
A Jamal Charles dominated drive.
Yeah, that's the opening drive right here. You're going to see, get the option. Nobody's catching Jamal Charles around that edge. This is the first opening drive touchdown Seattle has allowed since 2012. Chiefs up early, 7-0.
Iron Eagle, Dan Fouts, and Jenny Dell.
Yeah, tough to go into Arrowhead, as we know, in Kansas City. Team that's gaining confidence. A lot of people thought last year this might have been a little bit of a fluke and they've come back down to earth, but Andy Reid has really got things under control with the Chiefs. 2nd and 6 here for St. Louis. Mason single setback. Nowhere to go. Von Miller there to greet him. No gain on the play. Let's check out our Fouts focus.
Let's go back to the chance the Rams had for the touchdown. Raheem Moore in the circle is going to favor the 3-receiver side. Britt goes right by Aqib Talib. A better throw, and it'd be a touchdown instead of a 33-yarder. But a good start for Sean Hill so far. We talked about the good rhythm that he's getting the ball out quickly. 3 out of 4 for 41 yards, but he did miss a potential touchdown on that one.
St. Louis has been strong in the opening quarter. Finishing games have been a problem for Jeff Fisher's squad. 3rd and 6, dime package here for Denver. We approach 5 minutes to go in the first. Hill pulls the trigger, timing route, and the timing was off. Incomplete. Tavon Austin was trying to break free of Chris Harris Jr.
Chris Harris just doing a great job, Ian. I mean, he had that route covered from the snap. Purely man-for-man coverage down the field. He'll put it in a good spot, but Austin could never get to it because of Harris shielding him off to the inside. It's a corner route for number 11, Austin, and you can see that coverage. It's almost as if Harris knew that that route was coming.
Johnny Hecker, Pro Bowler last year. He's averaging 46.1 yards per punt this season. High kick. And Isaiah Burst there for the fair catch right around the 20-yard line. 37-yard punt. Manning gets another crack at this St. Louis defense when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. And by State Farm. Pump up your savings with a discount double check today.
At the Edward Jones Dome, which opened back in 1995, the Rams leading the Broncos 3-0, 5:02 left in his first quarter. Denver with a football, 1st and 10 from its own 21. C.J. Anderson in the backfield out of the pistol. Anderson had the big effort against Oakland last week. 4-yard gain for Anderson. As we check out the defense for St. Louis, Aaron Donald has really gotten the attention of the coaching staff. He's played like a veteran. James Laurinaitis will play that chess match against Peyton Manning here today. And in the secondary, E.J. Gaines has stood out, the 6th-round draft pick out of Missouri. Manning, low throw. It's caught by Anderson, but he's hit immediately. A 3-yard pickup through the air. Laurinaitis and Alec Ogletree combined to bring him down. And Greg Williams, former head coach of the Buffalo Bills and a fiery defensive coordinator, leading this unit for St. Louis.
Yeah, as creative as there is in the NFL, bringing pressure. Manning has seen it all. We'll see if he sees something new today. So far, the Rams getting good pressure on Manning.
3rd and 3. 5 receivers set. Out of the gun, finds the open man. It's Sanders for a first down. Emmanuel Sanders hit by E.J. Gaines. Sanders told us that he's having the time of his life in this offense, his most productive year, and it's been the most fun he's ever had as a pro football player.
Yeah, man-to-man coverage, a little pick over the middle. Welker doing a nice job of creating the interference for 12 yards for Sanders.
Manning will throw it again. This time it's Julius Thomas. Spun out by T.J. McDonald, limiting the tight end, big play tight end, to a 2-yard gain on first down.
So many weapons for Manning. We talked about the Thomases, and we don't even talk that much about Wes Welker, but he is still vitally important.
Denver working quickly here, no huddle. And the dart to Welker for a 3-yard pickup. Brought down just short of the 45 by middle linebacker Laurinaitis. Number 3 offense in the NFL, just under 415 yards per game. Manning is 7 of 8 so far for 51 yards. This is a 3rd and 5 for the Broncos. Here comes the rush. Manning gets rid of it. On time to Sanders. And Emmanuel Sanders has another catch. Hit by E.J. Gaines, 13 yards to Sanders.
Greg Williams is going to call up the pressure here. You can see Manning getting back quickly because he knows he's got Sanders single covered by the rookie E.J. Gaines. And that's an easy crossing route for Sanders, and he refuses to go down until he gets out of bounds.
Sanders 4th in the NFL in catches, 6th in receiving yards. He has just 1 drop this season. Stutter step move up the middle for Anderson, and he picks up a yard on the play. Eugene Sims in on the stop for St. Louis.
Well, that's where the Broncos have been lacking, is in their rushing attack. Nothing on that draw play.
8th play of the drive. This is a 2nd and 9 for Denver. They trail 3-0. Manning throws. He's got Welker. Hit by Ogletree and McDonald. 4-yard pickup. Dinking and dunking right now for Denver, but it's been effective on this possession.
Ogletree's done a real good job for the Rams at that linebacker spot. Came into the game as the 2nd leading tackler. Just a tackle 1 behind James Laurinaitis with 91.
Monte Ball is in the game. He's back from the right groin injury he suffered against Arizona, but in fact he said it really was an issue starting in the season opener. On 3rd and 5. Take the handoff. Manning, middle flip. Incomplete, low throw, trying to hit ball. Laurinaitis putting the pressure on Manning. And Denver's in no man's land here. It's 4th and 5.
Yeah. Laurinaitis with the pressure forces Manning up into the middle where he cannot get a good pass off to Monte Ball. If Ball makes his catch, he's got a lot of yardage and at least the first down. Broncos electing to go for it now on 4th down. This year, just 2 of 6 converting 4th downs.
They're looking at what would be a 55-yard field goal attempt. So John Fox and company will go for it on a 4th and 5. Manning from the gun. Manning over the middle. Incomplete. The Rams defense holds up. Sanders matched up with Gaines. Denver hands it over on downs to St. Louis. 3-0 lead for the Rams. Wentzville, Missouri native Monte Ball grew up about 40 miles from here and still having problems with that groin. Just saw it on the last play on 4th down when Denver didn't convert. And now St. Louis takes over for the 1st and 10. Excellent field position just short of the 38-yard line. Working out of the pistol. Take the handoff. Hill dials up the deep ball. Kenny Britt's got it. Touchdown Rams. Sean Hill with a long hookup. Britt beats the rookie Roby for 63 yards.
A perfect throw for Sean Hill. Good pass protection. He saw the safety bite on the crossing route right there and laid it out perfectly. Britt getting behind the rookie Roby and glides into the end zone. This ball could not have been better thrown. 63 yards.
Well, Dan, you talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Hill, who played with Calvin Johnson, a big target, felt very comfortable going into this matchup with Kenny Britt. Extra point from Zerline is good. Sean Hill, 2 long pass plays to Britt. One did not go the distance. The other one did for a 10-0 lead. Longest play of the season for the St. Louis offense. It's Kenny Britt, the former Tennessee Titan, first-round pick back in 2007 out of Rutgers, with a long touchdown catch from Sean Hill. It's 10-0 St. Louis.
Hill really showing his experience on that play. Did a good job of reading the deep coverage of safety Quentin Carter, seeing man-to-man coverage against a rookie. That's a quarterback's dream when you got a receiver with the size and speed of Kenny Britt.
Kickoff from Zerline. Andre Caldwell will not get a chance to return this one. Denver will have it at the 20-yard line.
This is what Hill sees. Watch as a crossing route comes here. Carter's going to cover that, but there's no safety in the middle of the field here. And that allows Britt to fly by Bradley Roby for the easy score.
And good use of Tavon Austin. They had to respect him as he came in motion. And that forced Raheem Moore to angle over towards Austin in case he was the intended target. Extra offensive lineman here for Denver, Paul Kornick.
Denver's all of a sudden a couple of key injuries here in the first quarter. Julius Thomas in the locker room. We just saw Monte Ball limp off the field in the last series.
Jacob Tammy is in at tight end. Virgil Green is not available. And a flag on the play.
Start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Get the fastest football scores and updates with the CBS Sports app. The fastest app for sports fans. Download the CBS Sports app now. 10-0 lead for St. Louis. 63-yard touchdown to Kenny Britt. Third penalty against Denver. The Broncos are actually fourth in the NFL in penalties behind Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and New England. First and 15 for the Broncos. Late stages first quarter. Handoff. Anderson. C.J. Anderson with the spin across the 20-yard line. Picks up 6. Injury update from Jenny Dell.
Yes, Monte Ball dealing with that groin injury, the same injury that he was dealing with previously. He is a probable return, and Julius Thomas just limped off the field into the locker room. It's an ankle injury, and he is questionable. Guys?
All right, Jen.
That was on that tackle line. The T.J. McDonald stopped Julius Thomas short of the first down.
Second and long here for Denver. So they're down running backs. They are down tight ends, and they're down on the scoreboard. 30 seconds to go in the first. Play fake. Manning. Picture perfect. Demaryius Thomas on the receiving end across the 35. 15 yards through the air.
You know, they're not down on wide receivers,
No.
are they? Emmanuel Sanders already with a couple of catches, 3 for 47 yards. Welker's got 3, and now Demaryius Thomas with his first catch.
He is on pace for 115 receptions this season and just under 1,800 yards. They get a play off before the end of the first. Anderson runs into a wall. Gain of 1, forward progress. And that will end this opening quarter. It's a 10-0 lead for St. Louis over Denver. We'll come back after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Denver Broncos shut out in the first quarter for just the second time this season. Happened against San Diego in that Thursday night matchup. They trail the Rams 10-0 as we start the second quarter. Ryan Eagle, Dan Fouts, Jenny Dell, the rest of our CBS crew. 5 receiver set on a 2nd and 9 for Denver. Shotgun for Manning. Julius Thomas dealing with an ankle injury. Ball a groin injury. And Welker takes a shot from Rodney McLeod. These young Rams defensive players have come to play today.
It's rare that Manning doesn't see the entire defense here, but he did not see McLeod hiding in the middle of the field here, looking for the crossing route. Remember, the crossing route had hurt the Broncos earlier with Emmanuel Sanders. That one hurt Welker.
Denver 9-0 on the road against teams with losing records since Manning joined the team. They have taken advantage of teams that don't match up well against them, but they're having problems here. Jacob Tamme, incomplete. Alec Ogletree, tight coverage. Ogletree stepping forward in his second year from Georgia.
And that was a case of Manning getting rid of the ball before Tamme was ready for it because of the pressure the Rams have been able to put on Manning. They have not sacked him yet, but they've been harassing him. They knocked him down one time, and that time his clock sped up so much that Tamme wasn't ready for that fade.
Tavon Austin, dangerous return man, though the numbers don't necessarily back it up this year. 6.3 yards per return off the Britton Colquitt punt. High punt, Austin moves forward. Fair catch at the 24, and that's where the Rams will get this started. Thursday on CBS, can Sherlock Holmes outsmart a computer? Don't miss a new Elementary. That's this Thursday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS. Well, the quarterback comparison so far, Manning 10 out of 15, 83 yards. Sean Hill getting his first start since week 1. And the veteran is 4 of 6, 104 yards and a touchdown. The long one to Kenny Britt. Sam Bradford out for the season. Former number 1 overall pick. Give it to Mason. Mason takes a shot after the 4-yard gain, and Chris Harris Jr. will get credit for the tackle. Well, Sean Hill, go back to his days at Maryland, an undrafted free agent. Played for 4 NFL teams. And getting the starting nod here. When we asked Jeff Fisher, he said he wanted to go with the experience, felt that Hill had good anticipation out there, throws a great ball, and really felt that chemistry with Britt could be a difference maker.
Well, it already has so far. Britt with a couple of long pass plays, 2 catches for 96 yards.
2nd and 6 for the Rams. Early stages of the second quarter. Outside and nowhere for that play to develop.
It's not often you see DeMarcus Ware in pass coverage there, but that's a time. What a great job he did playing in the pass defense against Lance Kendricks and brought Kendricks down as soon as he caught the ball.
So Kendricks will head to the St. Louis sideline. Jared Cook comes back on for the Rams, now facing a 3rd and 8. St. Louis ranked 30th in the NFL in overall offense, 310 yards per game. Their last 4 games are averaging 228 yards of offense. They've got 140 here in the first half. Hill slings it, incomplete. Would have been short of a first down. Tried to lead Britt. That's 4th down.
You talk about a miscommunication between quarterback and receiver. Britt kind of choked his motor a little bit there. He's talking to the coaches on the sidelines, and Hill expecting him to continue across the field, and Britt misread the coverage.
And he's walking gingerly after the play.
Yeah, that's when he tried to slow down on his route.
Johnny Hecker to punt it. Isaiah Burse, the return man, backpedaling, fair catch, and hauls it in right around the 20-yard line. 53-yard punt. Manning and the Denver offense still looking to get on the board. We're in the second quarter. Kenny Britt, always a guy that people thought had Pro Bowl potential, has never lived up to that. Britt was banged up at the end of that play. They were checking him out on the training table, but he's back on the St. Louis bench. And Denver's got it with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Broncos have not been shut out in 350 straight games. That's the 2nd longest streak in NFL history. San Francisco, the longest, 420. C.J. Anderson, nothing there. It's a gain of a yard. Ogletree in on another stop along with E.J. Gaines.
Well, Britt is on a crossing route, and it's man-to-man as Bradley Roby running with him. Britt saw the coverage out in front by Chris Harris, decided to check down, and he may have slightly pulled a muscle, but I think he's okay back on the bench.
2nd and 9 for Denver. Anderson has been held to 13 yards on the ground, 5 carries. 5 receivers set for the Broncos. Manning will make a change. Ogletree creeping close to the line. Manning throws. Open man is Tamme. Jacob Tamme, the former teammate of Manning's at Indianapolis, and rejoining his former quarterback, signing as a free agent in Denver back in 2012. Most seasons with 3,000 yards passing in NFL history. Manning's got 16 of them. Brett Favre is next up on that list, as Manning has topped the 3,000-yard mark once again. He went over 5,000 last season, trying to go back-to-back in that category. Drew Brees, the only man to do it. He did it 3 straight years. 3rd and 1 for Denver. Manning, the toss to Anderson. Down the sideline, Anderson gets hit by McLeod. But Anderson has been effective as a receiver, 21 yards.
A really good play fake, too, to Anderson. He sneaks out into the flat area, bobbles it just a bit, but this is the type of play that he made against the Raiders last week that jump-started the Bronco offense when he went in for a touchdown on just a simple swing pass.
That was a 51-yard catch and run, and it did jolt the Denver offense. They never looked back from there. 10-0 lead for St. Louis. We approach 11 minutes to go in this first half. Montee Ball is back in there. Manning to throw it. Knocked away. He's trying to feed it to Tamme. Remember, there's no Julius Thomas because of the ankle. Let's go to New York. JB, Tony Gonzalez.
Jamal Charles trying single-handedly.
Yes, he is on the left-hand side right here. He's going to take the ball 16 yards for the touchdown. He's on fire today. He's got 8 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns already. Kansas City all over Seattle 14-7.
Hoping for its 5th straight Iron Eagle.
Right now it's feast mode for Charles and the Kansas City running attack.
Oh, I like that.
You can use it.
I will.
2nd and 10. Drop ball.
Yeah, ball's not right. He's got to limp off the field now. It appeared that back in the first quarter he may have re-injured his groin. You can see his frustration right now. When you're injured, it's tough to do anything, including catching a simple pass over the middle. He's just not right.
40 family and friends in attendance here.
I'm surprised basically that they put him back in the game, Ian, because he was definitely hurt earlier in the ball game.
3rd and 10 now for Denver. At midfield, Anderson is back in at the running back spot. Play clock is down to 2. Low snap. Manning forced to get rid of it. Almost intercepted. T.J. McDonald back there. Laurinaitis, the pressure that put Manning into desperation mode.
Now this would have been McDonald's first pick of the year, but Laurinaitis getting good pressure on Manning, forcing the early throw, and not a Bronco in the neighborhood.
So Britton Colquitt out there once again. Tavon Austin standing at his own work with, but the fair catch is at the 20, a 30-yard punt. Injuries piling up for the Broncos.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon XLTE on America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, starring Jennifer Lawrence, in theaters Friday. And by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Sean Hill leading the St. Louis Rams offense, a 10-0 lead over Denver, 10:52 to play in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 20. Running play to Mason. Mason hit by Marshall, 4-yard gain. Hill has logged a lot of years in this league, which means he's played with a lot of different personalities at quarterback, sharing that quarterback room with the likes of Brad Johnson and Dante Culpepper, Gus Frerotte, Trent Dilfer, Alex Smith, Matthew Stafford. Felt that he learned a lot from Brad Johnson because they had a similar skill set.
And from Trent Dilfer with his time in San Francisco. Trent was very influential in Hill's development.
On a 2nd and 6. Hill on a give to Mason. Mason trying to get to the outside, does turn the corner, but it's short of a first down. Let's get more of the Dell report. Down to Jenny.
Well, guys, you just just mentioned Trent Dilfer. I actually spoke with Dilfer, and he told me that he was always very impressed with Sean Hill when he was back there with the 49ers back in 2007. He said what impressed him most was his smart player. He was quick mind, quick feet, quick release, which he said makes up for most of the things that people said he lacked. He told me that he wasn't much of a vocal leader, but had a lot of inner confidence, and I asked what advice he'd give for this game, and he said, I would tell him, have the brass of a burglar, the discretion of a doctor. Play aggressive, but play smart, guys.
Well, so far, I don't know if I would call it surgical, but it's been strong.
That was a surgical pass right there to Bailey.
Stedman Bailey. A bullet from Hill, 10 yards across the 35. Moore and Talib there defensively.
Now watch the rhythm. Sets his back foot, steps forward, and fires. Right into double coverage, but Bailey screens off the safety. Moore to make the catch and pick up a critical first down for Hill and the Rams as they keep it rolling against this Denver defense.
Asked Hill about the relationship with Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator. He says open lines of communication, very receptive to plays that he likes. Play fake. Hill, deep ball, is caught. Kenny Britt loses his helmet, and he's brought down at the 41. 21 yards, Hill to Britt. That has been the hookup so far.
Well, it's a crossing route, and the play action brought the linebackers up and then out of position. As you see, Steven Johnson trying to recover here. So is Brandon Marshall. But there's that high ball that Hill favors, throwing to a guy who's 6'3". 21 yards on that game.
And Peyton Manning is sitting back and waiting. Hill on the slant to Britt. They can't handle Kenny Britt. It's another first down for the Rams, 11 yards.
And a quick slant route this time. Akeem Talib playing bump and run, but allows Britt to take the inside, and the timing with the quarterback is perfect.
Britt jogs off the field. New set of downs for St. Louis to work with at the 30.
Got a pretty good afternoon going, huh? 4 catches, 28 yards.
And a touchdown. That's 8 first downs now for the Rams. Motion man Harkey. Here's Mason. North-south. That's the style of running that Trey Mason can give you, but he can also get to the outside. 6-yard gain. Fisher has high hopes for Mason and where he fits into this St. Louis offense. They have neutralized the Denver pass rush. Last week, Denver had no sacks against Oakland. That was the first game all season that they didn't post a sack. Von Miller does have one here today.
They're doing a good job on DeMarcus Ware as well.
2nd and 4 for the Rams. There's 7 minutes to go in this first half. Hill quickly to the outside. Tavon Austin with a first down. We asked Hill about Austin. He said he's great with the ball in his hands. It's my job to get it to him. 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, it's just a 5-yard pickup, but it is another first down for St. Louis. The quickness to jump inside of Talib there is enough to pick up the first down and bring it inside the 20. Hill now 4 for 4 on the drive, and a great pocket to throw from.
He's now 9 of 12 overall, 148 yards and a touchdown. St. Louis with a 10-0 lead over Denver. In the red zone from the 18. Hill looks, fires, finds the open man at the 10-yard line, and a catch for Lance Kendricks. 8-yard pickup. Peyton Manning waiting for his opportunity. This is not the way that Denver visualized this first half unfolding. Time of possession has been in favor of St. Louis. 14 minutes, 36 seconds for Brian Schottenheimer's offense. 9 minutes and 23 seconds for Denver in this first half. 9th play of the drive. This is a 2nd and 2 for the Rams. Mason, nothing there. Hit by Malik Jackson. And a push. After the play was whistled dead, the officials come in to break it up.
And the big question for the Rams with this really super start to this ball game, can they maintain it? You talked about their quick starts and how they've had just dreadful second halves. This could not be much better for St. Louis against the number 5 defense in the NFL coming in.
3rd and 3 for St. Louis. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Timeout call. Rams use the timeout. They are trying to add to their 10-0 lead. So St. Louis will talk it over, facing a 3rd and 3. And tomorrow on CBS, a secret agent will be exposed on a can't-miss new NCIS Los Angeles. That's tomorrow at 10, 9 Central, only CBS. Sean Hill. 2010, that was the most extensive action that he saw in the NFL for Detroit. He had 10 starts, 2,686 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Signed a 1-year, $1.75 million deal to back up Sam Bradford. Bradford torn left ACL in a preseason game against Cleveland back in August, and that opened the door for Hill, who then was injured in the season opener, which opened the door for Austin Davis, who gets the job back here in Week 11. 3rd and 3. Benny Cunningham will set up to the side of Hill. On 3rd down, Hill knocked back to him, and Hill looking for an opening. Malik Jackson.
Malik Jackson just with a volleyball spike, and the ball bounces off a Ram. Watch 97 get up in the air. The ball's going to go over and hit Greg Robinson in the hat. Hill heads up to make the catch.
You got a Karch Karai on that, huh?
Yeah, and a real good set, too, for Greg Robinson. He got that ball up without a double hit.
Love when you break down volleyball. How many of those did you have in your career? The knockdown reception?
0. I had a couple come back to me, but I Karch Karai them.
29-yard attempt. Zerline splits the uprights. St. Louis now leading Denver 13-0 late in the second quarter. Now, I'm always curious what these guys are doing while we're calling the game, and they are discussing the game plan for halftime. Verizon halftime. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cowher.
Now, Coach Cowher has a menu there.
So many options in New York. Touchback. Denver will have it at the 20. St. Louis, surprisingly, with a 13-0 lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Walmart, where you'll find unbeatable prices on this year's top gifts. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Back here in St. Louis, actually a lot of Broncos orange in the stands. And first 4 possessions for Denver. Punt, turned it over on downs, punt, and punt. The Broncos getting shut out, 13-0. St. Louis in front. Denver's got 3 minutes and 57 seconds to work with here in the second quarter. C.J. Anderson in the backfield, fake the handoff. Manning looks downfield. He's got his man. It's Demaryius Thomas. Out across the 40-yard line, 23 yards. Manning to Thomas.
You know, with Julius Thomas out and Jacob Tamme in, I would suspect that the Rams would double Demaryius Thomas. He is their big threat now. He's wide open in the middle of that zone.
6 straight 100-yard games for Demaryius Thomas, the 8th player to do it in NFL history. New set of downs for Denver. Tamme goes in motion. Shotgun, Manning throws. Set up the wide receiver screen. Demaryius Thomas zigzags out of bounds into St. Louis territory. Blocks from Tamme and Ramirez on that right side. Helps spring Thomas for 15.
Yeah, watch the block here by Tamme as he kicks out on the corner. Ramirez showing good speed getting up the field. And getting the Broncos into Ram territory. much to the displeasure of that man, Greg Williams.
Peyton Manning said against a Greg Williams defense, they run the whole gamut, so you never know what they're going to bring. Last year when Williams was at Tennessee, Manning said it wasn't really anything exotic, but you still over-prepare for it.
Yeah, if you don't, you're going to be caught by surprise. Manning hardly ever is surprised.
Manning gets rid of it quickly. Ball got knocked loose, and it's ruled incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended target, hit by Rodney McLeod at 2nd and 10 with 2:33 left in the first half.
And the rookie E.J. Gaines also in on that coverage. They had that little bubble screen well covered.
Broncos, 30 straight games of 20-plus points. That's an NFL record. They are looking for their first points of the day. 2:33 to go in the first half. Ball is out with the groin injury. C.J. Anderson in the backfield. We haven't seen Jawan Thompson yet. Manning through the hands of Wes Welker. And it's just not clicking here for Denver. E.J. Gaines in coverage for St. Louis.
You just don't see Welker drop a pass where he's so wide open here on the crossing route. But it does go right through his hands. Gaines just a little bit late there. Got a little bit of a tug on the hip of Welker, and Manning bites the plastic.
Denver has allowed just 9 sacks this season, the fewest in the NFL.
And they dropped 4 passes here in the first quarter.
3rd and 10. Manning. Deep ball. Sanders by himself. Touchdown Broncos. Peyton Manning. 42 yards on a special delivery.
Well, Sanders went between the corner and the safety. Jenkins and McLeod. McLeod kind of flat-footed in the secondary. They're both talking about it now on the sidelines, but this is a little bit too late to be communicating. Look at the job. He goes right between the 2 defenders, backs his way into the end zone.
We saw the breakdown defensively last week against Arizona when Drew Stanton burned him for the long one. And Peyton Manning hooks up with Emmanuel Sanders. Denver is on the board. The extra point from Brandon McManus. A little bit of a scrum after the point after. Emmanuel Sanders has put up career numbers, and it's only week 11. We asked him the biggest key in developing the chemistry with Peyton Manning so quickly. He said he got invited by Manning to Duke. That's where Manning holds his little passing training session. And he texted Sanders.
Yeah, subtle text. Hope you can make it was the text.
And what did Sanders say?
I'm on my way.
That was it. That's all he needed.
Well, that's where the work began for Sanders, and boy, has it paid off. He knew what he was walking into here. He does not want to let Peyton Manning down. He knows that Manning's goal is to get back to the Super Bowl, to win the Super Bowl, and Sanders going to do everything in his power to make sure his quarterback has the confidence in him to give him a chance to make a big play such as that one.
Well, a 5-play, 80-yard drive. It took just a minute 35 for the Broncos to score their first points of the day. 2:22 to go in this first half.
And because the Broncos have 3 timeouts left, they
stood up as he crossed the 15. Omar Bolden, first man down there on special teams.
At the bottom of the screen is Janoris Jenkins, and double teaming here, or so he thought, was McLeod. Rodney McLeod just looking with his eyes inside. Jenkins thought he had help. And Sanders capitalizes along with Peyton Manning one more time. 521 touchdown passes now thrown by number 18.
And counting.
Yeah.
30 plays for Denver. 25 have been pass plays. Balance for St. Louis. 28 plays, 13 on the ground, 15 through the air. They got 2:16 left to play in the first half. 13-7 lead for the Rams. Hill slings it to Cunningham. He's got room. Oh, big hit. Cunningham has got a first down. Malik Jackson over there defensively, and Cunningham is grabbing that right hand, 12-yard catch and run as we hit the 2-minute warning from the Edward Jones Dome. Back with more second quarter action after this, the NFL on CBS. Coming up, Verizon Halftime Report, JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cowher, latest NFL scores and highlights, and a preview of Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network. That's coming up, Verizon Halftime Report. First down now at the 30-yard line for St. Louis. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Screen, Cunningham. That hit behind the line of scrimmage. Again, Malik Jackson all over it. Brandon Marshall helping out. It's a loss of 1.
John Hill has 8 straight completions, including 1 to himself, thanks to Malik Jackson on the last drive.
We asked Hill about taking on Denver. He said, look, you can't go in with the mentality that it's going to be a shootout because that affects the way you go about your business.
Well, it looked like a shootout to me, the way he was going after Kenny Britt. Britt with 4 catches, 128 yards. Hill is 13 of 16. That's shootout numbers.
Second and long here for the Rams. To Cunningham. Nice run by Cunningham, cutting it to the outside. Hit low by Raheem Moore, 6-yard pickup.
The Rams are in no hurry, though. Jeff Fisher content to let this clock roll down. Not going to use his timeouts.
Down to 45 seconds to play in the second quarter.
The fans don't like this decision. Smattering of boos.
But they could be Broncos fans.
There's a lot of them here, at least a quarter of this crowd. It looks like they're dressed in orange.
3rd and 4. On the ground, Cunningham caught from behind by Von Miller. And a timeout called. Denver has 2 timeouts remaining. 21 seconds left on the clock. Second quarter. St. Louis 13, Denver 7 late in the second quarter. Johnny Hecker is on for the punt. And once again, it is Isaiah Burse at the 16. That's where the Broncos will have it with only 16 seconds remaining. A 47-yard punt from Hecker. Peyton Manning in the first half, 15 of 25, 192 yards and a touchdown. Play selection, 12 straight passes for the Broncos. Monte Ball, a groin injury. Julius Thomas, an ankle injury for Denver.
Yeah, 5 carries for C.J. Anderson for just 13 yards. So the Broncos have not fixed their running game at all here. And I think a lot of that has to do with Bell going down with that groin injury. And Manning's just going to take a knee here and get to the clubhouse.
Ronnie Hillman out with a left foot injury. Initially, reports indicated 2 to 3 weeks. Now there have been some reports surfacing that it could be up to 6 weeks for Ronnie Hillman. End of the first half. And St. Louis has the 13-7 lead over Denver. Rams have some impressive wins this season. The question was, which St. Louis team would you get today? Let's go downstairs. Jenny Dell with Jeff Fisher.
Coach, are you pleased with what you've seen from Sean Hill so far?
Yeah, Sean's doing a nice job managing the game. Made some big throws to Kenny, obviously. We got to keep that going. I'm pleased with that. You know, obviously the big touchdown pass wasn't good, but that's Peyton. You know, we had a mistake, but, you know, we got off the half without putting him back on the field, so here we go.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
The 20th time that Jeff Fisher has gone against Peyton Manning as a head coach going back to his Tennessee days. 6-13 record in those games for Fisher. 13-7, Rams lead it. We'll come back. Verizon Halftime Report is coming up after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Peyton Manning, 42 yards on a special delivery. Kenny Britt's got it. Touchdown Rams for 63 yards. Getting ready for the start of the second half here at the Edward Jones Dome. 13-7, the Rams leading the Broncos. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Eagle along with Hall of Famer Dan Fouts. The story of this first half, Sean Hill getting the start for Jeff Fisher's team, St. Louis. He's stabilized things for this Rams offense. They've got the lead against one of the best teams in the NFL, Denver.
Yeah, he's 13 of 16 in the first half with no interceptions, no turnovers. A well-played first half that Jeff Fisher has to be happy with. But now the question is, with an upset in the offing, can the Rams hang on? We saw how quickly Manning and the Broncos strike, and Manning and the Broncos will get the ball to start the second half.
And the third quarter has been a huge problem for the St. Louis Rams throughout the season. Worst third quarter team in the NFL. Jenny Dell. Jenny?
I spoke with Coach Fox. He said that this team's not used to getting off to such a slow start, but the team was very confident in the locker room. They said they just need to challenge the Rams for the next 30 minutes. He also mentioned that this is what this team was expecting. They knew they weren't going to walk in to a nice, easy game. And as far as injuries go, Monte Ball is still questionable with the groin, but do not expect to see Julius Thomas back.
And that's a huge loss, Jenny, for this offense. He is a major cog in this machine for Denver. Thomas, 12 touchdowns this season, leading the NFL in that category. Manning to throw it on first down. Finds a soft spot, and it's Jacob Tamme who's in for Julius Thomas. They're going to mark him down to the 30. That's good for 10 yards. Denver has outscored their opponents 80-30. St. Louis has been outscored 69-13 in the third quarter. 13-7. Rams in front. First possession of the second half. C.J. Anderson. Anderson picks up 3 on the play. William Hayes, the former Titan, brings him down. Halftime numbers. It's St. Louis leading in the total yards category. 228 yards and time of possession.
But the rushing for Denver is 12 yards. C.J. Anderson, 6 carries now for 17. But that's not going to get it as this season progresses, especially with Hillman out and now Ball questionable.
2nd and 6. Play action. Manning throws to Sanders. He's got a first down. Sanders hit from behind, or that one could have turned into a 45-yard pickup. Instead, it goes for 13.
Well, this is how you get the ball out quickly. This is like a running play for Denver. The ball in the hands of these talented wide receivers, whether it's Sanders or Demaryius Thomas, he knows he was that close to going all the way.
And this time it was Thomas blocking for Sanders, who is now over 100 yards receiving. 5 catches and a touchdown. Out near midfield, Manning to throw. Separation. Oh, big hit. Sanders gets walloped by McLeod. Penalty marker on the play.
Now McLeod came over, and they're going to say he hit a defenseless receiver trying to break up this pass.
Emmanuel Sanders is down.
He got hit rock there by McLeod. Let's see if McLeod leads with his helmet to helmet here. He leads with his shoulder. Now the question is, why does the official have his hat off? That usually signifies that the receiver stepped out of bounds and was the first to touch the ball coming back inbounds, as Sanders was. And there is a flag down along the Broncos sideline.
There are multiple fouls in the play, both against the defense. Illegal contact on the defensive left corner. This penalty has been declined. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, contact with the head of the defensive player. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The bigger issue right now for Denver is Emmanuel Sanders. They'll get the 15 yards. Medical staff is out there checking on Sanders. And he is not ready to be helped to his feet yet.
Well, and you always are concerned, obviously, with a head injury here in this type of situation.
Two teams mixing it up. They get the players out of that area. And now Sanders is on his feet. Emmanuel Sanders is 5'11", 180 pounds, and he gets stamped by McLeod.
But you know, this is where they ought to be able to use instant replay. this might be a case for the league reviewing the instant replay, because this is a legal hit by Rodney McLeod. Led with his shoulder, made contact with Sanders' shoulder just as the ball was arriving on him.
Sanders is headed to the locker room right now for Denver. They lose another weapon. C.J. Anderson up the middle for no gain. Let's bring in our rules expert, Mike Carey. What did you see on that play, Mike?
Well, the rule is very clear. They want to keep the target area below the shoulders. And although the force of the contact was with the shoulder, because the helmet was above the shoulders at full speed, it's very difficult to tell whether the helmet contact happened. So that's why the call was made. But you can see after watching it a couple of times, the force was with the shoulder.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. It cost St. Louis 15 yards. Manning trying to take advantage of it. Broke it up. Squeezing it in for Jacob Tamme, and T.J. McDonald was there. And Sanders taking the long walk now here at the Edward Jones Dome back to the Denver locker room as we send it down to Jenny Dell.
Yeah, and as you just saw, he walked off to the locker room. I just spoke with the representative, and they said right now he's just going to get evaluated for a concussion. I'll have more information soon.
Yeah, they huddled up with Sanders, asking him all the questions, going through the protocol. This is a 3rd and 10 for Denver. Inside the St. Louis 40. 12:40 to go in the third quarter. Manning steps up, throws too high. He had Demaryius Thomas open.
Boy, he had Demaryius Thomas open and Wes Welker deeper on that route. Thomas would have had a big gain. Welker would have had a touchdown. But the Rams doing a good job of just pestering Manning enough with different types of blitzes and pressure. He's just a little bit off on some of these longer balls.
Broncos are not going to try a 56-yard field goal with Brandon McManus. As long this year is 44. They'll punt it with Britton Colquitt. Tavon Austin standing at his own 9. Flag down. Colquitt gets a free kick on it. And it was actually a good one. Bounced at the 6 and rolled.
False start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. It remains 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like the Rams jumped first and the Broncos responded, but that's not how the officials saw that. If it had been against the Rams, John Fox might have elected to give McManus a shot at a long one.
Lorente McCray called on the penalty. Back it up. Colquitt, the 6-year veteran, now standing at his own 43. Austin, a 28-yard punt. St. Louis with the ball and the lead at home against Denver.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. McDonald's, official sponsor of the NFL. I'm loving it. And by T. Rowe Price, understanding the connections of a complex global economy. Invest with confidence.
Back in St. Louis, gateway to the West, the Rams playing their 7th straight game against a team that won at least 10 games last season. So it's been top-level competition. Rams enter action at 3-6. The Broncos are 7-2. St. Louis has got the 13-7 lead over Denver with 12:29 to play in the third. Take the handoff. Hill throws to Jared Cook. Picks up 7 yards on first down.
Now, Von Miller got a sack of Sean Hill in the first quarter. What have the Rams done to adjust? Well, they put the tight end, Lance Kendrick, on Von Miller. It's a good matchup for the Rams. Both of them are 6'3", 250 pounds, and Kendrick very athletic here. You can see the good footwork as he keeps Miller away from the quarterback.
Line of scrimmage now across the 20-yard line on a 2nd and 3. Hill is 14 of 17, 175 yards and a touchdown. Give it to Mason, nothing there. No gain on the play. Derek Wolfe there defensively for Denver.
Denver came in as the #1 defense against the run in the NFL, allowing just 67 yards per game on the ground.
Defense as a whole has improved under Jack Del Rio this season. They were ranked 19th in the league last year. They are number 5 here in Week 11 this season.
They've allowed 65 yards rushing so far in this one.
This is a 3rd and 3 for St. Louis. Quick snap. Hill trying to get out of trouble. Throws. It's complete. Hooks up with Cunningham. First down, Rams. Hill continues to make the right decisions.
Well, he's made some good throws today, but this is a great throw because Brandon Marshall is all over Cunningham. Gives him a back hip throw here, not back shoulder. This one's to the hip of Cunningham. Huge first down for the Rams.
Had a little Matthew Stafford on that ball.
Well, he did work with Stafford in Detroit too. I mean, Stafford can throw from any angle, and Hill shows he can too.
New set of downs from the 29. Fake on the trickery, and Hill will throw it to the feet of Trey Mason, who is engaged. St. Louis Rams have struggled against AFC teams here at home since 2007. They are 2-12 against teams from the AFC at the Edward Jones Dome over the last 6+ seasons. Last meeting against Denver was November of 2010, a 36-33 win for St. Louis. Sam Bradford went for 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. Second and 10 for the Rams. Kenny Britt, a good first half, 4 catches, 128 yards and a touchdown. Hill looking to the sideline. Lance Kendricks, the intended receiver. JB, Tony Gonzalez, they've got our NFL Today update.
Michael says, remember me?
Yeah, Michael Crabtree's been complaining he hasn't been getting the ball right here. Colin Kaepernick finds him, though, and look what he does with it. He outraces everybody, 48 yards for the touchdown. San Francisco goes up 16-7.
We remember Ian and Dan.
They're curious to see how it's all going to work out in the NFC with the 49ers and Seattle, 2 teams that we thought would be right there when the smoke cleared.
Well, the 2 best teams in the NFL at the beginning of the season.
Hill weaves his way out of trouble and dumps it off. Cunningham, another catch and another first down for St. Louis.
Well, Hill is showing his athletic ability on these last 2 passes. This one he's going to show good pocket awareness, stepping up into the pocket, getting good block there by Scott Wells, and then finding Cunningham. Marcus Ware going the polar route there to try to get to the quarterback. Good job by the rookie Greg Robinson, letting him go all the way around the pocket.
13-7. St. Louis leads it, 9:48 to go in this 3rd quarter. Mason is caught right away by Malik Jackson. No gain on the play.
Well, Malik Jackson is having a pretty good ball game. We saw him bat a ball back to Sean Hill. Made a couple of plays on some flanker screens, and that time keeping Mason from getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Broncos have allowed the fewest runs of 10 yards or more in the NFL, just 11 of them coming into this game. Mason does have a long of 15 today. They've kept Denver honest on the ground. Hill. That was a riskier throw. Mason handles it, but not much of a gain, just a yard. Brandon Marshall all over him defensively.
And Marshall in tight man-to-man coverage. If he could have seen that ball coming, he might have been able to step in front of Mason and pick it off. He was more concerned with staying with the running back, and that was a risky throw by Sean Hill.
Play selection so far, 17 running plays for St. Louis, 23 passes. They have 255 yards of offense. 9th play of the drive, and they're still on their own side of the field on a 3rd and 9. Hill looking to convert. Steps up. Dials up the deep ball. Incomplete. Kenny Britt in a matchup with Aqib Talib, and the Broncos defensive back fencing in Britt.
Talib does a super job here. Really, Britt gives it away here with that release to the outside, and a little bit of contact there, but the ball uncatchable. And a good job by Aqib Talib, who was burned early in the game by Britt on a deep one.
Johnny Hecker kicking to Isaiah Burse. St. Louis, a team that has been willing to take chances on special teams, but they've got a 13-7 lead. No reason to do so here on 4th down. Hecker with a blast. First fair catch. Brings it in at the 13. It's a 45-yard punt. Peyton Manning trailing on the scoreboard, 13-7 on the road. In honor of Veterans Day, for every point scored during the NFL's 32 Salute to Service games, the league will donate $100 to each of its nonprofit partners, the Pat Tillman Foundation, USO, and Wounded Warrior Project. To join the salute and learn more, visit NFL.com/salute. And a stirring rendition of the national anthem from one of our servicemen to start this ball game off. Denver trailing St. Louis 13-7 with 8:12 to play in the third. Anderson slashing through for a 9-yard gain. Good block up front from Orlando Franklin.
And you got to love the way that Anderson covers up that ball in traffic. Very cognizant of the Rams trying to strip it.
No Emmanuel Sanders went to the locker room checking on a potential concussion. Andre Caldwell is in for him. Anderson gets the call for a 3-yard pickup and a first down for Denver.
Yeah, the Broncos have fumbled 10 times this season, but they've only lost 1. This is awareness by a second-year player here as Laurinaitis comes up. And look at Laurinaitis digging for that ball.
C.J. Anderson, known as a one-cut runner, pretty good power at 5'8", 224 pounds. Fake it. Manning. Incomplete. Looking for Demaryius Thomas.
Boy, and he was held going across the middle.
And a penalty marker on the play. But it's back at the 19.
Yeah, Janoris Jenkins got away with a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
It's Luis Vasquez who has shifted over to right tackle. Went to the Pro Bowl in 2013 as the right guard.
Well, the thing that John Fox said, it had to make these changes to get tougher up front so they could improve their rushing attack. He called Vasquez their best offensive lineman, and obviously the most versatile, moving from right guard to right tackle.
Will Montgomery in at center. Manny Ramirez, who was starting at center, is at right guard. Corrente set a 5-yard penalty. It is a 10-yard penalty on the hold. First and 20 for Denver. Manning wide open. Anderson. Nice recovery there by Jenkins. 9-yard pickup.
You can see just how tough it is to bring down C.J. Anderson. Jenkins really struggled, but did the job.
Anderson had 163 total yards in that blowout win over Oakland. Denver playing in its 3rd straight game on the road. Lost at New England and got the win in the Bay Area last week. Fake the handoff. Manning. Wide receiver screen. Thomas. Blocked down. Thomas could not break away from young Tremaine Johnson. Limited to a 3-yard gain.
Now this will bring up a 3rd down for Manning. He's got 12 incompletions so far today, but 5 of them have been flat drops by his receivers. He's got no Julius Thomas, no Emmanuel Sanders, no Monte Ball.
Penalty marker down at the 26. That was as Denver was lining up quickly to snap the ball and get into this 3rd down play. St. Louis leading it 13-7. Long meeting here for the officials.
I wonder why they're even wearing microphones and earpieces. They still get together and meet face to face, don't they?
Well, isn't that the best contact, the best communication?
Delay game. Defense number 21. What he did was reach down, knock the ball away from the original spot. Therefore, it's delay. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Well, that's not allowed.
Well, check out Janoris Jenkins. He's going to come over here.
Yep.
And he just moves the ball. I'm not sure what his point is other than he was out of position and knows that Manning wants to go fast. So he delayed Manning, but he cost his team 5 yards.
3rd and 3 now for Denver, just across the 30-yard line. Working from the gun. Manning loops one, incomplete. Jacob Tamme against T.J. McDonald, and the safety holds up well against the veteran tight end.
Now that you're seeing how the injuries are starting to affect Manning's choices. He saw that the only guy he had single covered on that play was Jacob Tamme, but T.J. McDonald did a good job as we got a Ram down.
It's Eugene Sims. Sims part of that rotation on the defensive line in his 5th year in the league. They are checking on the left foot of Sims. We'll step aside here in the 3rd.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by T-Mobile. And by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Third quarter action here in St. Louis. Eugene Sims is out on the training table for the Rams after the injury. Britton Colquitt the punt. Tavon Austin, it's returnable from the 24. Dances across the 30 and brought down by Barrow with flags flying.
Either got him by the face mask or inside the helmet or shoulder pad area. A side horse collar tackle there, but 2 flags right on the spot. So this will give the Rams good field position to start this drive.
Lamine Barrow, the rookie out of LSU.
Well, that's close to being a legal tackle. Looked like he had his hand right on top of the jersey, on top of the shoulder pad, not inside the collar.
The kick. Personal foul, horse collar tackle, number 57 of their kicking team. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So costly penalty for Denver and the struggles on offense for the Broncos.
Yeah, something we haven't said much about the Broncos this season is just too many drop passes, too many errant throws, and just an anemic rushing attack is going to put a lot more pressure on Peyton Manning, especially if the Rams can go down and get some points on this drive, starting out at their own 48-yard line is a good place to start.
Number 2 in the NFL in scoring, 31.8 points per game. They've been held to 7. Best opening field position of the day for St. Louis. Trey Mason. Good tackle as Mason hit the hole by Marvin Austin. The block up front from Wells, a 4-yard pickup. Now we asked T.J. Ward about Sean Hill and how to prepare, and Ward, the safety, said, hey, it's tough to get a consistent look at them on film with the change at quarterback. I think Hill has surprised the Broncos a bit in his performance.
Well, pushing the ball down the field, I don't think they anticipated that today.
All the film was on Austin Davis because he's had the job since the second half of the first game. Mason. Trey Mason breaking free. Mason down the sideline and he's out of bounds. He made Quentin Carter miss and turns it into a 26-yard rip.
And why was Greg Robinson the first pick out of Auburn? The left tackle here, watch him get out in front and clear the way for Mason. You see the wise defensive back going low, not taking the big hit by Robinson, but good mobility to get out there in front. And Bradley Roby pays for it, breaking the tackle there, getting extra yards.
So now St. Louis is set up at the 21-yard line of Denver. Mason has 87 yards on the ground. Nowhere to go up the middle, picks up a yard on the play. Trey Mason. Well, Austin Davis was given his opportunity, went 3-5 as the starting quarterback.
But turnovers just killed Austin. 4 passes intercepted, returned for touchdowns. 2 fumbles returned for touchdowns. But that's part of being a young quarterback in this league. You got to learn, and those are the tough lessons.
Sean Hill said, I hope that I gave Davis a good example of how to handle this type of situation when you get benched, because Hill was in the same scenario earlier this season. Flip it to Austin. Able to turn the corner. He's got a first down. 9-yard pickup for Tavon Austin.
He's got just great quickness here. You can see DeMarcus Ware getting pulled to the inside by the play fake. And that's just enough for the speed of Austin to get to the outside and get 11 yards. Dead hand pitch there by Sean Hill as he looks it all the way into the receiver.
Austin ran a 4.2740 at the combine. A tantalizing speed. Made him a first-round pick last year. First and 10, just inside the 11. Mason. He's drilled by Austin. No gain on the play. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. St. Louis with a 13-7 lead against Denver.
That's the point, is they are taking time off the clock.
Well, Sam Bradford, that torn left ACL. Obviously, he wishes he was the guy under center, and the Rams felt this was the season that he would really break through and everything would click with the young defense.
Jared Cook way outside here. Single coverage, maybe.
Second and 10. Hill looks and connects at the 5 with Stedman Bailey, another West Virginia product like Tavon Austin, brought down by Quentin Carter.
Well, Stedman will always be remembered for that punt return against the Seattle Seahawks, won't he?
That was one of the wildest plays I've ever seen.
Just brilliantly designed, you know, like anything in the NFL that had been done before. The Chicago Bears with Devin Hester had pulled it off years back, but it was perfectly executed against a pretty good Seattle team.
Pivotal third down here for St. Louis. Can they get 7 out of this possession? Hill sets, fires, incomplete. Kenny Britt in the area. Benny Cunningham as well. And now it's fourth down, and the field goal unit comes on for the Rams.
Well, Hill had a lot of time to throw because it was just a 4-man rush by the Broncos. But when you can drop 7 in such a condensed part of the field, it makes it very difficult. It appeared that at one time that Hill could have taken off and tried to run it in.
22-yard chip shot for Greg the Leg. Doesn't need a whole lot of it on this short attempt. He nails it. It's a 16-7 lead. St. Louis in front of Peyton Manning and the Broncos late in the third. 3 red zone appearances for St. Louis and 3 field goals for the Rams. They've got a 16-7 lead over Denver. We've got 1:41 to play in the third quarter.
And only touchdown to Kenny Britt, 63-yarder. But the missed opportunities in the red zone against a Peyton Manning-led team could be costly.
Andre Caldwell waiting for this kickoff from Greg Zuerlein. Take it from the 1-yard line. Goes down at the 10. Leading the way down the field, Maurice Alexander on special teams for St. Louis. Week 11 continues later today on Fox. Then tonight, Sunday Night Football on NBC to tune in tomorrow. Monday Night Football on ESPN.
There's a great tackle here because once again the Broncos will be backed up to start a drive.
The rookie out of Utah State makes the play. And Denver's got it first and 10 at the 11. Manning, dump off, the flat, Anderson. Brought down by Ogletree. And it's a 7-yard pickup. 1:29 to go in the third. Sanders has been ruled out. No confirmation on what the exact issue is, but Speculation on a concussion after that shot he took along the sideline. So no Julius Thomas, no Monte Ball, no Emmanuel Sanders. Manning to Demaryius Thomas. It's a first down after the rainbow delivery for Manning, covers 17 yards.
Well, without Sanders and without Julius Thomas, the Rams have got to think about doubling Demaryius Thomas, as Manning is going to be looking for him and Welker now as his two favorite receivers.
Virgil Green is also out with a calf injury. He's been inactive the last 3 weeks. Manning, double punch, hits Anderson. Accelerates for a first down across the 45. Ogletree and Laurinaitis tried to bring him down. He split the defense.
That's the key. Whenever there are two tacklers, you want to split both of them because they're less effective trying to square up. And you see how low he got out to the 46-yard line.
Manning moving quickly and brought down. St. Louis gets to Manning. James Laurinaitis for a loss of 8 on the play.
And if he would have had just a little bit more time to throw this ball, Andre Caldwell was wide open down the left sideline on a nice double move.
That is the end of the third quarter. The Denver Broncos trailing in St. Louis 16-7. We'll go to the fourth and return after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. This explosive Denver offense has been held in check. Injuries have not helped the Broncos today, but just 7 points on the board. They trail in St. Louis 16-7. We start the fourth quarter. Broncos facing a 2nd and 18 after the Rams' first sack of the day. Play action. Manning throws. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ogletree. The St. Louis Rams continue to deliver.
That's a corner blitz. E.J. Gaines is going to get right into the face of Peyton Manning. Drills him, but this ball had no chance of being completed because of this coverage. Ogletree right there. He got a pick last week against Arizona, and this one will set up the Rams near midfield. Great coverage by Ogletree.
And the frustration for Manning. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 22 of 36, 262 yards. First down for St. Louis at its own 47-yard line. 16-7 advantage early in the fourth. Hill looking for the big play. Downfield, over the head of Jared Cook. Matched up with T.J. Ward.
Well, watch the right hand of T.J. Ward. There's some contact there, but not enough to draw a flag. Ball thrown out of bounds, uncatchable to Jared Cook. But that's a good job by T.J. Ward staying with the speedy tight end.
Tavon Austin shifts out of the backfield, will set up in the slot. 2nd and 10 for St. Louis. Hill gets rid of it quickly, incomplete. It was offline. Austin, the intended receiver. Hill is now 18 of 27, 201 yards and a touchdown. No picks.
Remember, Adam Gase worked with Sean Hill when they were both in San Francisco. Adam, the offensive coordinator for the Broncos, so he imparted his knowledge of Sean Hill to Jack Del Rio and the defense. And I think Hill has crossed them up just a bit today, going down the field more than anticipated.
This is 3rd and 10. Hill puts it in the air. Connects. Stedman Bailey. Forward progress will get him to the marker.
How about the pass protection, though? I mean, Hill had all the time in the world to find Bailey on that deep cross. You got to give this offensive line a lot of credit for the job they're doing, not only on Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, but the entire Bronco defense, you can see the clear throwing lane, and Bailey doing a good job of getting the necessary depth on his route.
Harkey in the backfield with Mason. Back to the ground game. Mason, like a battering ram for 3 yards up the gut, hit by DeMarcus Ware. With NFL Mobile, stream live, local Sunday afternoon, primetime games and NFL Red Zone right on your mobile device. Learn more at NFL.com/mobile.
Jack Del Rio trying to get fresh bodies in along that defensive line. DeMarcus Ware to the sideline. Quanterus Smith will take his spot at the right defensive end.
Denver is 2-2 on the road. Wins at the Jets and at Oakland. Losses at Seattle and at New England. 2nd and 7. More of Mason. 3-yard pickup for Mason. He's got shifty moves in there. Austin will get credit for the stop for Denver.
Yeah, 3rd down conversions have not been good for the Rams this season, just 38%. Much improved today, 6 out of 13, as the clock continues to roll.
Most rushing yards allowed to a running back this season was against Marshawn Lynch, 88. Today, Mason has gone for 95 against this Denver D, ranked number 1 against the run. 3rd and 4 for St. Louis. From the gun, Hill tries to run and will come up well short. Derek Wolfe among those there, along with Malik Jackson. And it's 4th down for the Rams.
Von Miller with a real solid pass rush that time, putting pressure on Joe Barksdale. And this will bring out Zerline for a long field goal, his career long, 50, actually 60 yards. This one well inside that.
Long this year is 56. This is a 55-yard attempt. Can add to the St. Louis lead from 55 yards away. Legatron. He's got it.
Looks like Lou the Toe. This is Greg the Leg, huh, Ian?
The guy's got a multitude of nicknames for a kicker. I think he holds the NFL record amongst kickers for nicknames. Off of the turnover, St. Louis, 7 plays, 16 yards. Zerline nails a 55-yarder to extend the Rams' lead, 19-7. Still plenty of time left, 11:59 remaining. But the big play ability of this Denver offense has not been on display. They've lost so many weapons here. Broncos will have it at the 20. And a reminder that Thursday Night Football now lives on NFL Network. The Chiefs taking on the Raiders. Thursday Night Football, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on NFL Network.
Yeah, Kenny Stabler and Fred Blitnikoff.
Are they playing?
They'll be watching.
I think so. So will Len Dawson.
And Big Ben Davidson, they're old friends. Well, not exactly Ben, though.
11:59 to play in the 4th. Manning to throw. Caught by Demaryius Thomas. Out of bounds across the 35. NFL Today update. We've got JB and Tony G.
Chiefs ground attack.
Yeah, they're getting it done, and this guy right here is the man behind it all. He's Jamal Charles going 47 yards, weaving in and out, getting up there. He's having himself a game. 16 carries, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. Niall Davis will take it in a play later.
Back to Ian.
And back to Manning to Wes Welker. 13 yards, hit by Laurinaitis. Welker has not had a huge role in this offense throughout the season. We asked Peyton Manning about it. He said, no, it has nothing to do with Wes. It has everything to do with all the options and spreading it around. They need him now. Sanders out with a concussion. Officially, it is a concussion for Emmanuel Sanders. Julius Thomas out with an ankle injury. They lose ball to that nagging groin injury. New set of downs. Manning gets rid of it. Andre Caldwell Brought down by T.J. McDonald. The Broncos raved about McDonald on film, how he stood out in their preparation against St. Louis.
You know, Welker's caught 871 passes in his career. He's going to be counted on even more now for Manning and the Broncos. Solid tackle there by McDonald.
2nd and 7, play action. Manning sets, he throws on the out route to Caldwell. Clean catch to the 35 of St. Louis. That covers 12 yards. Janoris Jenkins in coverage. And Manning goes over 300 yards on the day. That is now 307. The first quarterback to pass for 300-plus yards against all current NFL teams. All 32 of them. Knocked down. Robert Quinn with the pressure. Now for Peyton Manning, it's a new record every week. But the only thing that matters at this point, not just a win here, but seeing this team get into that rhythm and be the legitimate Super Bowl contenders they believe they are.
And that throw to Caldwell on the out route at 38 years old shows he's still got the big arm.
2nd and 10 for the Broncos. They trail the Rams by 12. Manning gets rid of it. Tammy breaks one tackle and then takes it to the perimeter.
Now Tammy's a big fella. And Janoris Jenkins is going to whiff on this tackle. If he hits him there, it's right about a 2-yard gain, as it is. The 3rd and 3 for the Broncos.
We will hit the 10-minute mark of this 4th quarter. 3rd and manageable for Denver. Manning sends Anderson to the slot. Operating out of the gun. Manning fires. Nobody home. It was Caldwell and Anderson bunched together. And keep in mind the practice time, the reps. This is Andre Caldwell now in with the ones.
And it's one of those intricate little rub routes, pick routes, if you will. Just was not executed well. Manning lucky that ball wasn't picked off by the Rams.
And they're going for it on 4th down. They went for it on 4th down in the first half, didn't convert. This is a 4th and a short 4. 5-receiver set. Manning, Manning, brought down! Manning is sacked back at the 40. Robert Quinn, the first man, and then Aaron Donald finishes him off. It's a loss of 12 and an uphill climb for the Broncos in the 4th.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. The all-new LG G3, the world's first smartphone with laser autofocus. And by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos offense held to 7 points here today in St. Louis. He's dealt with pressure, he's thrown an interception, and the Rams take over after Denver could not convert on 4th down. Mason brought down after he picks up 3 yards.
Let's go back to the sack. Here's Robert Quinn. Watch how Langford and Laurinaitis go this way, and all the way around using his great speed is Robert Quinn. He forces Manning to pull the ball down, and then his partner, Aaron Donald, will pick up his 4th sack of his rookie season. 0 for 2 on 4th downs today for Denver.
2nd and 7 here for St. Louis. We still have 9 and change to go in the 4th. A 19-7 lead for the Rams. Fake it. Hill fires to Cook. And Cook breaks loose for a 1st down. T.J. Ward could not handle him in the open field. Turns it into a 9-yard gain and a new set of downs for the Rams.
Yeah, he's 6'5", 255. It's got great speed. How about the stiff arm there? That's just enough to keep T.J. Ward from wrapping him up around the shoulders. And he'll pick up a 1st down into Ram territory. Cook and Britt, big targets for Sean Hill.
13th all-time meeting between these two teams. Rams 7-5 in their history against the Broncos. Down to 8:25 to play. Mason thrown down by Jackson. 2-yard pickup. With that carry, though, Mason hits the 100-yard mark. 22 carries with a long of 27 for Trey Mason, the rookie out of Auburn. Second and 8. Time ticking away here. Hill uses all of the play clock. Oh, Hill gets crushed, and the ball came back to him. DeMarcus Ware was untouched going to the quarterback, and the Rams catch a break that they didn't turn it over.
Well, the rookie Greg Robinson looking inside a double team. He turns loose DeMarcus Ware. Terrence Knighton was the man that he was more concerned with, but talk about lucky bounces right back into the chest of Sean Hill.
Timeout called by Denver. Tonight on 60 Minutes, you will meet the Pope's closest American advisor. Plus, why are we drilling for water as if it's oil? The answer will surprise you. 60 Minutes tonight only. CBS. St. Louis Rams 19. Denver Broncos 7 with 7.5 to play here in the fourth. Peyton Manning's team on the road for the third consecutive week. This team has gone 30 straight games scoring 20 or more points, an NFL record, in serious jeopardy here. Mason is trampled by Ware. Back-to-back big plays by the 10-year veteran, loss of 1.
Well, when the ball bounces your way, you know it could be your day for a huge upset. If this ball doesn't bounce right back to Sean Hill, look at Brandon Marshall, Von Miller. They picked that ball up and they would score with it.
You didn't mention Terrence Knighton. You don't think Terrence could have scooped it up and scored?
I think he's a red zone guy.
Red zone guy. 6:57 to go and the clock is rolling. Johnny Hecker for his 5th punt of the day, averaging 45.5 yards per kick. Denver could really use a jolt on special teams here. Hurst moves forward and is brought down. It wasn't a clean hit, but it was good enough. Maurice Alexander has showed off the speed on special teams. Denver running out of time.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Kelley Blue Book. Find out what you should pay for your next new car at KBB.com. And by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Jeff Fisher facing Peyton Manning for the 20th time in his head coaching career. Manning is 13-6 against Fisher teams. Manning down by 12, hits Jacob Tamming for the completion. James Laurinaitis with a stop, 7-yard pickup. Under 6.5 minutes to play in the fourth.
And if it seems like Denver's had a long field all day, they have. Their average starting field position has been their own 18-yard line.
Laurinaitis told us we're not going into this game thinking that they're unbeatable. We expect to compete with this team, and they have.
False start.
False start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Orlando Franklin on the false start. Adam Gase, 46 pass plays, 10 rushing attempts.
28 yards rushing. They've totally abandoned it.
Came in number 26 in the NFL in rushing, under 97 rushing yards per game. This is a 2nd and 8 now for Denver. Take the handoff, Manning to Anderson. First down. Out across the 25-yard line. Clock continues to move. We're down to 5:45 left in the fourth. That's a 9-yard gain through the air.
Yeah, since Ronnie Hillman is out and Monte Ball was injured earlier, we haven't seen any of Juwan Thompson. It's been all C.J. Anderson.
Anderson in his second year from California. Thompson, the rookie out of Duke. Manning. Intercepted! Tremaine Johnson's got it for the Rams. Second pick of the day for the St. Louis defense. And the Rams are in the driver's seat with 5:23 to play.
First interception of the year for Tremaine Johnson. It's a cover 2 where he's got the short flat, but he reads the route, reads Manning's intention here, drops back. Manning trying to force it into Demaryius Thomas. Double coverage out here, and a spectacular catch by Johnson going up high and really putting the pressure on Denver now.
You mentioned in the absence of Julius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, load up on Demaryius Thomas. St. Louis did just that. Second pick for Manning. The Rams take over in Denver territory, trying to put this game away at the 41. Mason dives for 4. Raheem Moore getting him down low.
And this is a Denver offense that averages 31 points a game.
Third straight game with 2 interceptions for Manning. Timeout called with 5:17 to go. No timeouts left for the Denver Broncos. St. Louis in front 19-7, just over 5 minutes to play. Rams facing a 3rd and 7 at the Denver 38. Motion man Kendricks with a toss for Mason. Out of bounds. So now it's 4th down.
Boy,
and
you can't run out of bounds, though, Ian. Broncos have no timeouts. The question here is, you are going to bring out Zuerlein for a long field goal. I thought that maybe Jeff Fisher might just try to punt the ball deep into the Denver territory, but this is very makeable. We've already seen Zuerlein hit from 55.
They've got so much confidence in Zuerlein. One of the strongest legs in the league. This is from 53 yards away. A 53-yard attempt for Zuerlein. He drills it. 5 field goals for Zuerlein. That's a new career high. St. Louis in front, 22-7.
A good snap and a real good hold, too, by Johnny Hecker. This ball's going to squeeze in the right side with plenty of leg and a happy head coach.
We asked Fisher about this team. He said, we're young. They love to play. They love to practice. They learn how to put things behind them. They're building a team to compete in the division.
Well, they go on to win this game. They can tell everybody that they beat last year's Super Bowl participants, Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. And oh yeah, they beat San Francisco too.
4:44 remaining. It's now a 15-point lead for Sean Hill and the St. Louis Rams. So Jeff Fisher makes the change early in the week. Broncos fans who travel well for this Denver team, at passionate football town, surprised at what they've seen here at the Edward Jones Dome. Manning, 29 of 46, 330 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, takes the knee. Tony Corrente chatting across the field.
Offside. Kicking team. Denver has exercised the option of having the 5-yard penalty added to the touchback. The ball will be put at the 25-yard line. First down.
Broncos will have it at the 25. The St. Louis Rams got off to the strong start. The question, could they sustain it? Broncos held to 7 points. They averaged 31.8 per game. And Denver banged up. Injuries to Julius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, Monte Ball. Dump it off to Anderson. Anderson takes it to the 40-yard line for a 15-yard gain. Hit by Laurinaitis and Gaines. Denver has no timeouts remaining. 4:28 left in the fourth.
And the Rams will be content to just rush 4 at Manning and drop 7 and drop them deep. Safeties already 20 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
Manning tip ball and corralled by Anderson. Terrific effort by Anderson on the catch and the run. Tipped by Donald.
Well, it's tipped. And watch the one-handed catch. He tips it to himself, realizes he hasn't been hit yet. He'll pick up extra yards. Great play by C.J. Anderson.
Now at midfield. Denver stepping up as Manning. Flag is thrown. Get it to Welker. Hit down low by the rookie E.J. Gaines. It's an 8-yard pickup. Penalty marker on the play. And it's a hold.
Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
And that's another one against Orlando Franklin. Franklin, who played right tackle in 2013 and really struggled in the Super Bowl. They moved him to guard. And as we know, they've made a number of changes on that offensive line. Saw success last week against Oakland, but never established a running game here against the Rams.
Yeah, again, 28 yards rushing on 10 carries for the Broncos. Even with all those changes up front, this is a very aggressive and young athletic defensive line. And they have dominated in stopping the Denver rushing attack today.
That's 9 penalties now called against Denver. Jawan Thompson is in. So Anderson gets a breather for the Broncos with 3:45 to play in the fourth. Manning the soft toss. Caught by Thompson. And wrapped up at the 45 by Ogletree. It's a 5-yard gain. 3.5 remaining in the fourth. Anderson comes back in, replacing Thompson. St. Louis, and it's 3 wins, just 3 turnovers in the Rams' 6 losses, 13 giveaways. They have not given the ball away today. Oh, big hit! Caldwell got walloped.
Tim McDonough with a legal shot with his shoulder right to the midsection of Andre Caldwell. Ball thrown high, he's stretched out, pick a rib right now. That's like his daddy used to do. Tim McDonough.
Tim was a 6-time Pro Bowler. Veteran defensive back, now an assistant coach for the Jets. And they are on the field.
You throw that one iron and you send a get well card right behind it.
Medical staff checking on Andre Caldwell. He is laid out at the 37-yard line.
But again, you want to emphasize the hit there. Totally legal, leading with his right shoulder, not with his helmet, not hitting the receiver in the helmet or the shoulder area. You can only hope that Caldwell's okay, but that one definitely smarts.
We asked Peyton Manning his thoughts going against the Jeff Fisher team. He said, look, he's never been afraid to take chances. Everything is in play. You have to be alert, and he always has physical teams.
And you combine that with the reputation of Greg Williams and his creativity. I go back to that sack on the last 4th down where Robert Quinn looped all the way from his really a wide defensive end spot over the center and got to Manning before he could get the ball out. That shows you the athleticism of Quinn, and Donald picked up the sack.
Caldwell walks off for Denver. This is now a 3rd and 15 for the Broncos. Manning over the middle to Thomas. Thomas angles to the 40-yard line. Picks up 14 yards, hit by Mark Barron. So the injuries have been a huge part of the narrative here. Julius Thomas, the ankle. Monte Ball, groin. Emmanuel Sanders, concussion. Caldwell out now for Denver. 4th and 1 for the Broncos. Knocked down. The last gasp of air for Denver. And that'll do it. Ogletree.
Ogletree had an interception here in the second half. And this is just pure athleticism here. 6'2", watch him get up in the air here and just swat that ball. Broncos 0 for 3 converting 4th downs today. That makes them 2 for 9 on the season.
James Laurinaitis, one of the leaders of this St. Louis defense. Brilliant performance from Greg Williams' defensive unit. Mason picks up a yard. Marvin Austin with the stop. Denver cannot stop the clock, and we will hit the 2-minute warning here in St. Louis. Celebration is underway on the Rams sideline. It just shows you, with some of the quality wins this season, what the team is capable of. Consistency has been the issue. The St. Louis Rams, 2 minutes away from a decisive win over Denver. Coming up, Subway postgame show. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cower, the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up. The Subway postgame show. 7 points for Denver, lowest point production that the Broncos have had since Peyton Manning joined the team. They have never been in single digits. Final minute 45. The previous low was 17 points. Other than that, they had scored 20 or more in every game since Manning signed on in 2012.
And again, averaging this year 31 points a game. But just too many injuries to overcome. But got to give the Rams a lot of credit. Defensively, they started strong, pestered Manning, shut down the running attack of Denver. And Sean Hill done a pretty good job in his first start in a long time for St. Louis.
And the combination of Hill and the St. Louis defense under Greg Williams. Rams have a couple of big wins this year. They beat the Seahawks 28-26. Austin Davis a couple of touchdowns, and then Colin Kaepernick could not take it in from the 1. They held on against San Francisco 13-10.
In San Francisco, or rather Santa Clara, a road win for Jeff Fisher against 2 of the best in the NFC West. But it was his goal, is to build a team to compete against those 2 teams and Arizona. Didn't fare that well against Arizona last week, but it's a team on the rise.
31-14 loss, but they were outscored 21-0 in the 4th quarter. Didn't score in the second half, so they were playing with the Cardinals, but again couldn't sustain it. Today they did. Mason up the middle, and now it's 4th down. Final minute here in St. Louis.
Pretty good afternoon for Trey Mason. Just his 3rd start. 113 yards on 29 carries.
First running back to go over 100 against the Broncos this season. Lynch had the previous high. And Mason has emerged as the #1 back for St. Louis with that 113-yard effort.
I'll take this one all the way down. Take the delay of game penalty and bring out the punt team. Called the timeout just before the play clock ran out.
A reminder, Subway postgame show is coming up. The gang in New York We'll have the latest NFL scores and highlights all coming up on the Subway postgame show. 22-7. St. Louis, 31 seconds left. Up next for the Rams, they will be at San Diego, then home for Oakland. Jeff Fisher improves to 7-13 in his head coaching career against Peyton Manning. Johnny Hecker on to punt it. Fair catch called for by Burse. And the final 24 seconds after the 39-yard punt. Peyton Manning will come out for the final time left, 24 seconds. Denver with no timeouts, trailing 22-7.
And even as great as Peyton Manning is, without a rushing attack, Denver's going to really face some major challenges as we wrap up this season and thinking about the playoffs. Cold weather, all those things factor in when you got to have a decent running attack, and they just don't have it right now.
Peyton Manning, 15 straight games with at least 2 touchdown passes, an NFL record. Andre Caldwell is back in. And Caldwell, why didn't he get out of bounds? And that'll do it. The St. Louis Rams stun the Denver Broncos. 22-7. The Rams get it done at home against the defending AFC champions. Jeff Fisher and John Fox share a moment. Fisher's team improves to 4-6. Fox's squad drops to 7-3. So St. Louis 2-2 in the division, 4-6 overall. Still trying to snap that streak. 10 straight seasons with a non-winning record. As for the AFC West, Denver 7-3, but Kansas City is right there with the Broncos. And New England